Hello jammy gamers and welcome to another base concept video. Today the pyramid drop base concept. So we're here right in the middle of the city on my player world. We've had a big square base as the foundation. We can see we're starting to slowly build now the pyramid walls. So we all know what a pyramid looks like, or I really hope we do. And here we can see that I'm just actually creating entrances. So I wanted a pyramid base where you would be able to stand at the peak or the top with a gap ring around the top for the zombies to come towards me, to pathfind towards me from all angles, but still drop down. And then through these doors I've made basically be recycled. So they will constantly be running up, falling down, going through the door, running up, falling down, going through the door, and keep cycling through and through and through until I've got enough time to get to them in my smashing of the heads with the sledgehammer, or shooting them depending on how fancy I'm feeling. So you can see here just building up the walls nice and slow. Now jumping ahead, I'm starting to make the core and helping with that structural integrity to help it all hold together and glue together. And if you haven't seen that structural integrity video I've done, give it a quick watch. It explains different weights and masses and then gives you an idea for bridges. But here we've still got the skeleton on the inside as well. It's good to sort of forward plan that and not ignore it. Here we just got some towers just to help support the frame. You can see there that there's some horizontals coming out for me to put the ramps on. And it's all just good for, again, that structural integrity, making sure it doesn't fall in and collapse in on itself after all this work. I'm purposely building it out of wood. I'm trying to build on these concept videos a nice, easy, early game material, so i.e. wood rather than concrete. But all of these blocks have concrete variants, so if you like the look of this as a concept, you have the spare concrete, you're going to need a lot, and you can quite easily knock that up. Remember, give us a like and subscribe. We're a small channel, so every little helps. Now here we've skipped forward a little bit. We've taken out a little bit of that core and we've replaced it with these floating platforms, these plates. Now I released a floating based video not too long ago that goes over this concept. I'm just going to edit that very shortly and stick out another one. It will cover the same content but in a little bit more detail at the very start that I'm going to add in. Here we've got those plates again, which then support you in a floating, inverted commas, in a floating sense. But the gap is more than enough around the outside there for zombies to come up, think it's a solid block, and fall down. Very much like trapdoors in Minecraft, if you can remember the good old days of Minecraft. But they're just demonstrating there is a nice gap. I'm on the central platform. The zombies will see that as solid blocks. They'll come up and they'll be able to fall through. The trapdoors, same trapdoor principle really. You can flap those up and your jobs are good. Fast forward a little bit and we've created our cage in the middle. Now the cage is going to help protect me from policemen spitting on the sides or any zombies getting lucky and jumping across. But here are the trapdoors as per the usual trapdoor exploit, if you like. We'd flip those up and we'd be able to strike the zombies, and they're just demonstrating from below. We'd be able to shoot downwards, but if the zombies do congregate below, and it's a floating platform. Again, the concepts in that floating base video, I'm going to put another one out soon, but just have a little look on the channel. It's quite interesting, and you can get the concept and then expand it to your own needs. Here we're seeing just a little rewind. We've got some zombies that are coming up, and you can see they're coming up, they're falling down. This one's a natural crawler, so we can almost ignore that one. But they're falling down, and they're going through the door and coming back up. You see he's taking damage, he's lost an arm, and they'll just keep recycling, which is really handy. And that, as a concept, is kind of what I'm after. And you can see it works. It works with one trapdoor. It'll work with two trapdoors just to give that extra bit of buffer, but it's a good looking type of base. Here we've got the nurse as well. She didn't want to come out the door, so I'm just helping her along. I'm helping her on her merry way. But there it is as a very quick concept. It looks like it's going to work. Even the spiders can't climb up and over the sides, which is really good to see because they are a right pest. And there's another 2-second reminder just to give us a like and subscribe, we really appreciate it. Now flip it onto Horde Night. So this is where the real test comes in, and the only thing I'm really worried about is going to be those policemen. Those policemen zombies can really do a number on you with their second attack, where they get fed up, they get trapped, they do something like take too much trap damage, and then they'll come sprinting after you to try and blow up like a suicide zombie. Now, here we see the cage working well. The nurse zombies come up. She's tried to get us. She's fallen down. There's a zombie over there which is just spinning around and round and round. And we've got our crossbow here because I want the archery skill to go up. And that's what we're going to snipe those zombies with. You can see here working really well, shooting through those iron bars. Just waiting for more zombies to come up. There's another zombie. He actually got a little bit nervous. Couldn't get through the trapdoors, so he bugged out around the outside. And you see them congregating underneath a little bit. In terms of the recycling, I've actually closed off 3 out of 4 of the doors. I thought 1 might be enough. Looking at it, they could be, maybe could do with all 4 maybe, sort of retrospectively looking back at them. But there was a policeman. The policeman did exactly the same. They fell straight down, which is good to see, and he was recycling himself. There you go. The iron bars protected us from his spit, his vomit. So that's really, really good to see. I've got the shotgun with the slug rounds just to help get me out of trouble. But yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see it's working as a concept so far. This little girl, she's gotten her legs broken. So again, the recycling is working. We have the opportunity to shoot them when we can. Again, iron bars stopping the policeman there. Really, really handy. And again, those are the ones I was worried about. I'm not too worried about the big barrels. I'm worried about those, the cops. So there's a cop right out of the front. Really not happy with him getting too close. Again, that secondary attack where they blow up. I just don't like it. I really don't like it. Not looking forward to that. I'm not too happy with the pathfinding here, as you can see. So what we're going to do, we're going to whack some doors up. So zombies do try to pathfind towards doors. Usually that rule applies to houses. Where they can only see solid blocks of the walls, so they'll go towards the doors. But that guy was pathing pretty well, and whether that's me popping down the hatches, probably, or it's him going towards the doors, I'm not too sure. But yeah, no, it looks to be working. Carrying on our Horde Night, nice bit of thunder going off, and this is a city Horde Night, right? So I'd expect the spawn rates to be a little bit higher, or it to be a little bit harder in here, and that's what I expect to see. Really, my game score is pretty high. I'm what, 169, I think that says, as a day go by. So, you know, we've got some tasty hours into this world, and we're looking pretty good. Zombies seem to die off a little bit. I'm not too sure where they're stuck, but they are stuck somewhere. Let's craft up some crates, some frames, some hatches. Let's see if we can't make this a little bit more enticing for them. So by destroying these here, and putting down the frames like I want to. I've actually forgotten that the plates down the bottom are actually resting these iron bars on top of them, so it doesn't quite work quite as I'd like. There you go, let's just put these hatch frames back down. See how we go. Let's just quickly fast forward this. Okay, it was going great. It was going great right at the moment, shooting zombies when I can, but actually the spider zombie managed to just jump in over the walls. I don't know if you caught that at the end there. So there is a slight chance that they can do that by the looks. But that can be easily fixed by just popping a roof of iron bars on. I'm not overly worried about that as a whole. I'm pretty happy that this is still going to keep you pretty darn safe. There's the feral zombies. He's smashed his legs. Once they're crawling, it really takes an awful lot of that threat of them away. So I'm not overly concerned about them still. I'm very happy for them just to carry on doing what they're doing. You do you, boo! But let's have a little look. Let's just zip ahead just a little bit more. Okay, and we got a feral. So feral, he's taking some good amount of damage. He's still getting stuck on that body there. And he's just sort of buzzing around. Again, we're not too worried about him. He's chomping away at a little bit of the sides, but there you go, smash his head. And this is a cop. This is where we're getting a bit worried. Bam! And there we go. That is what I was worried about, is that secondary attack. just really not good. It managed to get me. As a whole then, I suppose it is a... Well, it's a failure, right? It has to be a failure because we died. But that's really... As a concept, it seemed to work pretty well, right? The recycling could have been better with maybe 4 doors down at the bottom. But then if we zip over here and look at the damage, really, there wasn't much damage at all. This is what the cop zombie did. A big amount of boom blast damage. I mean, yeah, it's disappointing. It's always going to be disappointing. Made out of concrete, the base would definitely survive a bit better, but me as my squishy, fleshy self, I'm not going to survive that cop blast. It needs to be a little bit more distance, so maybe having the top a little bit wider. So instead of going quite as high as I did, what, 8 ramps high, doing a few less, that would create a wider gap. And then I could do some bridges, create a little bit more distance between myself and the zombies. And then those cops, if they do come a little bit too close, you have a little bit more room to retreat. So then if they do blow up, that little bit of space that you've created will help reduce the damage taken. But really, as a concept, I think it works. It has potential, right? It has potential. The zombies come up, they pathfind you reasonably well, they fall down, and they can be recycled. So that's it really for this one. You saw me die at the end. That's the explosion on the pyramid there. But give us a like, give us a subscribe. Really appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the next video. Let us know if there's one in particular you want to see. But thanks. Catch you later. JJAM.Gaming out.